Hi, Faye. Hi, Buki. And hey, Juan. And anybody else who's checking this out, thanks for taking a look. This is a follow up to Wednesday's POA dev course. We tried something new today. We had a lot more hands on work, and I asked all of you to download this Lyft wallet right here. And there were some other things I wanted to cover that we don't really have to do live and in person. So I want to do two things. I want to just review what we did do during the hour we spent together, because I know we had some connectivity issues. So this will give all of you a chance to make sure you're caught up on this. And then I want to show you just a few things that I would have shown you if we had time that will just give us a head start so we won't have to cover these things when we meet again on Friday. Okay? So first of all, here's Lyft Wallet. You can see that I sent 100 test ADA to Faye and 100 test ADA to Juan. Buki, as soon as you're set up, please send me your receive address and I'll send that to you as well. Okay? Remember, this is all testnet ADA. These buttons up here are not clickable in this version of Lyft Wallet. And that's a good thing, right? We only want to be playing around and learning things right now. We don't want to have real money on the line yet. We will do stuff on mainnet soon, but today we're just practicing. We're playing around, getting to know this stuff. So just to review, there's a link right here that I'll put in the Discord underneath this video, where you can go to download the Lyft wallet. This is version 0.20. It's really brand new. And down here at the bottom of the page, there's the assets, right? And there's the Linux download, the Mac download, and the Windows download. And all three of these are just an app that's ready to go. You should be able to download it and use it. Now, I know that one thing that happens is your operating system might not trust this, and that's actually a good thing, okay? So if Windows stops you from opening up this executable file, that's because, for all we don't know who Kyle is, right? So Windows is going to say, hey, this is from an unidentified developer. It's not going to open it. I'm sorry, I'm not on a Windows machine right now, and I don't know how exactly to fix that problem. So if you can, what I would do is read the error that you're getting when you try to open it and just type that into a search engine and see if you can figure out how to get around that, right? I could show you how to do it on a Mac, but that won't really help. So see if you can get that to work. If you can't, just let me know on Discord and I'll find somebody who can help you with that, okay? Once Lyft is open and running, it won't look like mine right away, right? I have these two wallets set up already. You'll just have a blank screen with an add button. To set up a wallet, you press add, create, and then you just want to put these mnemonic words somewhere. Now remember, again, if this was the main net, I wouldn't want to ever put these words on a screen, but since it's the test net, we can ignore a few of the security measures that we would usually take, right? We're just playing around. If somebody grabs these words and plays around with our test data, then hey, more power to them, okay? So you don't have to write these words on paper. You could just copy and paste them into some text document somewhere. Do keep a copy of them just in case you want them later. And you will want them here, okay? So, right, I can't go back to that step once I click through. I probably should have said that a minute ago. So at the very least, you want to copy those words here so you can paste them here. The name of the wallet is whatever you want. Right? I made a wallet called POA Test Wallet and another one called POA Test Wallet 2. You can make as many wallets as you want in Lyft. So if you want to make several, just to try sending test ADA to yourself, you can do that. All right? So you name the wallet whatever you want. You paste those mnemonic words here, write down a password, whatever you want, and then you'll be able to submit, and that will create a wallet. I'm not going to bother creating an additional one right now because I've got what you need. What I need, sorry. Right, so actually I do have what you need. I have some test ADA to send you. So once you do have your wallet set up, this is for Buki in particular, once you have your wallet set up, click on receive, and just copy and paste one of these receiving addresses. It really doesn't matter which one. And give it to me on Discord. And as soon as I see that, I'll send you that test ADA, right? Just a fun fact in case you're wondering, right? Of the many things a Cardano wallet does is it derives these public keys from the private keys that were created when, by that mnemonic device. Okay, that's an oversimplification a little bit, but right, these are each connected cryptographically to your private keys. Okay, once you have that and you have the test ADA set up, I know that Faye and Juan were already sending some ADA back and forth to each other, so that's awesome. You made sure that works. Maybe you already tried to play out with the metadata. If you did, let me know. But if you didn't, that's what we're going to cover on Friday. We're going to make sure that we understand what goes in a metadata file right here. All right. And we're going to send some transactions to each other. And each of them is going to have some metadata attached to it. Right. And once you know how to do this on testnet, you're just one more step away from doing it on mainnet. And I just want to practice this part first. So let's talk a little bit more about metadata for just a minute. This is the part that we didn't cover today, but I just want to give you a little bit more of an overview about what's going on here. So you've already seen this Dandelion endpoint, right? We're using the Postgres API. We've already played with this URL right here, right? mainnet.dandelion.link get metadatum. And I just want to show you that I can change the word. This is because of the way Dandelion is built. I can change the word mainnet in the URL to testnet, and I can see a different set of metadata keys that have been used so far. Notice it looks like there's a lot more of these on the testnet. That's also a good thing. This represents that people are playing around with the testnet and learning how to use it. And I bet there's some really cool metadata in here. So same way, here's an endpoint for mainnet that shows us what metadata is at a particular key, like 3820 in this case. Well, what if once again, I change the word mainnet to testnet? Let's see what happens. Okay, in this case, there's nothing there. I have an empty array. And if I go back and I look at this list of keys, the number 3820 is not in this list. So I'm not surprised that I don't see anything here. I happen to know, for example, because I've seen this in coding on chain, that Kyle has used 777, for example. So when I go there, I can see these two objects that he created, Postgres, triggered, okay? And there's a video, a more advanced coding on chain video that he made about that. I'll drop that into Discord as well, just in case you want to take a look and go a little deeper and start to just see what it looks like to build and to do these more advanced things that he's doing, okay? Well, if I can change the word testnet in the API call, right, when I try to get this data, I should be able to do that in my app as well. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to npm run dev to get our site running. And if I go over here, I should be able to load it up. Okay, so here's what we've had so far. Once again, we've got the style competition here. We've got the developers. We worked on this last week and how I can click through each of these to see some customized data for each of us. And then we've got the metadata page, which actually behaves kind of similarly to the developers page, except in this case, we're not looking at local data. We're looking at the Cardano chain. Okay, and this is what we did so far. Well, I can change, whoops, excuse me, go back here. Notice this says, okay, there's 51 different metadata keys on Cardano mainnet. What if I go into the app? Here's metadata index, right? This is that line we were just looking at. And let me make this look a little bigger. Okay. There are data.length, different metadata keys on the Cardano mainnet. Well, what if I just go up here to where we fetch this data in the first place and I change the word mainnet to testnet? And just to be rigorous, I'm going to change the word mainnet here so I don't forget what I'm doing on the front end. Let me save this. And then I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to refresh this page. Oh, it refreshed for me. Look at that. On the testnet, there's 451 different keys. And I can scroll through and I can see this much longer list, just like the one we saw over here. All right, this is the raw data. This is our front end that displays this data. Now, actually, all of these are still clickable. But let me go find 777, for example. I changed this first page right here, this index, but I didn't yet change this file here, metadatum.js. Okay, it still says mainnet. And so therefore, when I click through to 777, it's actually going to look for that key on mainnet. And what does it return? Nothing, an empty array. However, if back here, I change the word mainnet once again to testnet in my dynamic route file, save that. Now I can head back over here, refresh, and here you go. Here's that data that we just saw in raw form right here. Okay? But recognize, all I've done is I've changed the word testnet, backwards. I've changed the word mainnet to testnet, and everything else about what we've built here still works. Okay? This is pretty exciting. So, on Friday, what we're going to do is post metadata to the testnet, and we're going to be able to see it here inside of our project. And what I'd like to do with the data we post is display it in a better looking form, a more useful form on a page like this. All right. So your homework, 2 things to think about. One is, what kind of data do you want to post on the testnet? And what should we have it do on a dynamic route like this? What's something that we can do with that data? Maybe we're just going to display it, but if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. So come ready for that. If you have time over the next couple days before we meet again, go in here, make sure you can get this to work, okay? It's all up to date on GitHub. So if you haven't pulled down the latest version of the work we're doing together, pull that to update your project, and then go through, see if you can get the testnet working, play around with that, okay? If you really want to, try styling this stuff right here, okay? But that's what we're going to do on Friday. The first thing is post our own metadata to testnet and then make it look good on this page. So that's the overview. I think that's everything we covered. The other thing we talked a little bit about, I guess, was looking at transactions in the Cardano Explorer, right? And Faye asked a great question about why are there these 2 outputs? When there's a transaction, why do you see one output over here and another one over there? And this has to do with the UTXO model, unspent transaction output. This is fundamental to how Cardano works. This is another thing, I'm not going to go more into it right now, but if you have specific questions about UTXO, let's make sure to talk about those in our Discord channel. And so I can incorporate your questions about that into what we do on Friday. All right, I hope this was helpful. I'm really enjoying this work. Sorry about the technical difficulties today, but I will see you on Monday at 1 in the afternoon, Port Harcourt time, and bright and early for Juan and me. Okay, talk soon and see you there.